for that. And I'll put my time up. Now, what I'm going to talk to you about, the silent strength, the untold story about single fathers. They are in our community, and sometimes we don't notice them. So if I ask you a question, what kind of picture would you have in mind if I say to you, single fathers? What kind of picture would you have? Is it just single parents, like women, and that is it? Actually, within our community, we do have single fathers. They're there, but we don't notice them. They have limited support, and they carry a heavy burden. What changed my story to start working with single father was one day I got a call from one of our partners to say, would you come in to see this father for us? I walked in to the office. I went to the reception, say who I was. They showed me where the father was. He was pacing up and down, worrying about something, but he wasn't talking. So I asked him, would you like a glass of water or coffee? He said yes. I went back and got a glass of water. We sat down. And the first question he asked me, why is it there's no help for single fathers? And I said, what's going on? What's happening? He said, I have no food, no gas, no electric. I just dropped my daughter to school today, and I don't know what to do. And then I asked, is that something that happens very often? Occasionally, but I get help from family and friends. But this time they cannot help me. I had a little bit of money, but I had the bailiffs that came up one day during the week, and I had to pay them. So I said, okay, give me a second. I popped out. When I spoke to one of the advisors, I said, do you have the emergency fund for single parent? They said, yes. I said, I got a father who needs urgent help. I got a form. We sat, we filled the form. And I told him that you will have the money by 2 p.m. in your account. And then we share a story a bit more. But those are one of the issues that a lot of single fathers go through all the time. They find it difficult to ask for help, and they feel there's no help there for them. One of the things as well that really impacts them, the loneliness, the isolation, and feeling that there is absolutely nowhere they can get help from. Currently in the UK, we've got 200,000 plus single fathers within our community that needs our support. Some of the struggles that they go through that impacts their family, impacts their children, is mental health they struggle with, financial instability, and isolation. And these sometimes have a great impact on them. But we can help, we can support, because many of us where we are today, there are single fathers within our community, or you know single fathers. Have a conversation in the supermarket. Just stop, smile, have a laugh. For us, what we do is, when I had that experience, we then set up another section, which is purely for single fathers, and we run workshops for them, which is business startup and how to run a work-balanced life for themselves. And we created a safe space where they can come and share their journey and share their story. I was actually inspired when I saw this for the first time, where men were actually supporting one another. And one of the things that really happened, there was a single father who needed to go to court, and he was afraid to go on his own. And one of the single fathers says within the group, bro, don't worry, I will go with you. I was so amazed, and he did. And that's the kind of support we're constantly giving single fathers out there. Their strength is very silent. They move, they fight silently, but they are there. And we need to take time out and give them the support they need. They need the support. Advocate. For me, it's one of my passion to inspire and to motivate them. And through that journey, I created the Father Talk Show. I host an event where I invite men that run their own business to come and speak, and particularly single fathers that overcome all the challenges and become who they are today. We also invite in our talk show as well, family courts, solicitors to interview them. So that way we can signpost those single fathers to get the best support that they need. That's one of my passions. And through my journey within the last 4 or 5 years working with single fathers, I actually wrote a book that's called The Unbreakable Bond, The Journey of a Single Fathers. In this book, I have real stories, absolute real stories of single fathers who say yes, so that we can share their story and show how these men, they chose to stand. And I thought it is amazing that we can celebrate them and share their stories. Let's support them. Let's salute them, because they are in our community. I want to say thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share my journey, inspiring and motivating working with single fathers. Thank you so much.